let's talk about Sebastian's sleep. Well, this just happened. He requires a lot of attention. Motherhood can be a very lonely, lonely thing. I am very, very tired. When they pee, it kind of just looks like this. I can tell I'm starting to lose a lot of hair. I am very, very tired. Guys, I completely underestimated how hard all of this was going to be. Moreover, just like the newborn phase and the constant waking throughout the night, the constant breastfeeding, trying to navigate, you know, even with Mila, because she's going through like the terrible twos right now. I'm trying to talk without losing my train of thought, and I want to just keep this as transparent as possible. You see another mom struggling, I don't want to say like struggling, but seeing like what I'm going through right now, and you may be going through it right now, and just when you're watching it, you're like, okay, I'm not alone, I'm not crazy, this is hard. I don't know, I'm just trying to maybe make you feel better, because this is just not easy stuff. So I have tons of updates that I have to give, because I actually haven't picked up the camera to film or whatever, because it's obviously just been crazy. While I have my window, I actually want to like dry my hair and yeah, maybe kind of look a little bit decent, because small things like that do help you feel better in times like that. And I also have to make Mila's lunch. And pretty soon, Sebastian is probably going to wake up. So yeah, I pumped around, I think it was right before 11, and then he was nursing for over a half hour from like 10 to 10:30 pretty much. So I know he got some, but I think, and this is another thing that I'm gonna just talk a lot on. You would think the second time breastfeeding, I wouldn't be so confused and so worried, but I still am. I'm still super worried. Is he getting enough from my actual boob? That I always just still offer some pumped milk afterwards. I don't know if that's the correct thing to even be doing, but again, I am just always in my head and worry about a lot. So I'm probably gonna leave this out on the counter for just a little bit longer. So I'm keeping it easy. I'm just making Mila some grilled cheese for her lunch. I feel like that's like the typical toddler thing to make. I keep hearing Sebastian like grunting, and I'm like waiting any second for him to just wake up and start crying. Me and Gino keep joking around because it's so true. As soon as one starts crying or stops crying, the other one will start crying. I just feel like my life revolves all around just like crying and like screaming. And if you feel overwhelmed by a lot of crying and screaming, just know obviously it's normal that you're feeling that way. No one likes to listen to crying and screaming. So yeah, so there's that. I used to be terrible at making grilled cheese. Let's see if I burned it. Oh, yep, burned it a little bit. Again, the grilled cheese, this was her leftover yogurt from yesterday. And then she loves cashews, and I gave her some little chocolates just for some extra love. Mila's been going through a lot, so she deserves all that chocolate. Okay, so this is how Mila did for her lunch. Didn't really touch her yogurt, was painting her other side of her grilled cheese, ate that half, ate most of the cashews, and all of the chocolate. So I am just very little bit straightening the frizz out of my hair, and I'm just gonna place it back in a ponytail. I can tell I'm starting to lose a lot of hair. I know that looks like barely anything, but yep, it's already starting to fall out. I'm trying to not really touch my hair just because I don't want any more of it to fall out. I know once I was 3 months postpartum with Mila is when I noticed like all around like my hairline, like all around here, I can see it's like I'm starting to like, that's like where I lose it. It's like basically like those spots, but I can tell like this like one little, there's like, I have like this one little strand that's usually like right here, and I can see that there's like a gap, and I'm like, oh, it's a very, very normal thing to lose your hair once you're postpartum, because during the entire pregnancy, you actually are losing like such little amounts of hair. Like it's pretty much always like in the growth state. I think there's like the growth state, then it stops, then it falls out. And in pregnancy, it like just grows and grows and grows. Sebastian's actually waking up and he's starting to poop, or he's farting, but it's more like probably poop. But what I was saying is it goes through the phase of just, then it's growing and then like stopping, like it's supposed to fall out like a normal shedding cycle, and it doesn't. And then once you hit postpartum, all that hair that was supposed to fall out then just falls out with like a vengeance. So that's why you kind of notice bald spots and everything like that. It does come back. So, and I know it comes back because obviously now I had hair regrowth and now I'm starting to lose it again. Okay, time to change them. Well, this just happened also. Oh my god. I've been pretty lucky with avoiding poop explosions like that. That only happened one other time, and when it did happen, it was like awful. I so happened to have the dresser open with all clean clothes in it and poop shot in there. The thing with having a boy also, when they pee, it kind of just like goes like this. But so right now it's 12 o'clock. I last had him on my boob at like 10:30, and I was like, I pumped I think around, or I was done pumping by like 11. So sometimes I do this, sometimes I put him on my boob, and I kind of just been doing like what's easier at the moment. I'm not gonna lie, I've been having like so much guilt with how much I've been exclusively pumping and giving it through a bottle, and I know I have said in the past, just do whatever is easier for you at the moment, but that doesn't mean like sometimes doing stuff like that doesn't come with feelings involved and feeling guilt, even though I'm probably just really hormonal, because it's, you know, naturally I'm just going for what's easier at the moment. But I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know, it's like, I don't know why I just feel guilt that I'm putting it through a bottle so much, even though it's still my breast milk, even though like I know, you know, fed is best, however you feed your baby, fed is best. But I'm just being honest, just stupid stuff that I'm struggling with in my head. These are the things that I've kind of been struggling with is, you know, obviously breastfeeding, like the way I'm breastfeeding. I'm worried about my supply. I feel like it's not like, I don't know why, I feel like I keep comparing my breastfeeding journey to my first journey with Mila. Like I produced so much milk, like crazy amounts of milk, and now per session I make like 5 to 6 ounces with both boobs. And for some reason in my head I feel like that's just like not enough milk. I don't know, because again I'm just comparing how it was with my last journey. Like literally one boob, my good boob, would at times get like 6-7 ounces, and the other side would get like 3 to 4 ounces, like complete oversupply. And now this time it's honestly just like a regular milk production supply. Like that's what I get every like 2.5-3 hours, or whatever he gets through my boob. But I don't know guys, like these are the things about motherhood that you just overthink literally everything. I'm definitely an overthinker. I definitely fixate on stuff, and I get in my head about stuff that shouldn't matter. Okay, baby, okay. I don't know if I'm making sense right now. Like the mom brain that I have is just awful right now. Okay, to clarify, all right, breastfeeding can be really hard for some people, and breastfeeding can be so easy for other people. And if this is the first time you are watching one of my videos, my left side is so inverted. Even with a pump, I have to like squeeze my boob and like little droplets come out very slowly. And then my good side is inverted but comes out after it's pumped or when the baby's sucking on it, and it has like normal function to it. But I still use a nipple shield when I physically nurse him. But that just makes it all so much harder. And if you're struggling, whatever you're doing a good job also. As long as your baby stays alive, then you're doing good. I forget how much was in there. I think it was at 4, so he basically had 2 ounces. I hate how sometimes they just don't burp. Like, I know there's got to be something in there, but I don't know. Hopefully he'll be okay without the burp. I really need to get dressed, guys. I'm just like, I'm literally in like a bra and underwear. Okay, you're done, baby? He is like pretty much waking up, but I need to find something to wear, something nursing friendly. When you're breastfeeding and everything, one thing you have to always like look for is like what's like an easy access shirt that you can just like that pretty much. Okay, so I ended up actually getting dressed, just wearing a sweater and like shorts. So this is what's hard, trying to manage time with Mila and with him, and it's extremely hard because he's a newborn and he requires a lot of attention. Mila's kind of just been always doing her own thing, and it brings on a ton of guilt. Okay, so I got Sebastian in his car seat right now. I'm about to head over to my sister's house. This will be the 2nd time she's ever seeing Sebastian. I'm sure you guys can sense and hear the rush that I have in my voice right now. So it was 1 hour and 44 minutes since I last released my boobs. I have to make sure that I get there before 3 hours. I mean, it's only like a 20-minute drive, but by the time I get the both of them in the car and everything, it's probably gonna be like another 20 minutes. I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this feeling of the constant mom rush. Okay, so I put Mila in the car first, and then obviously Sebastian. I probably should let you guys know that this is my first solo day, which is why I sound and probably just look like a hot mess, because that's what I feel like. I'm just trying to keep it real because, again, I watch these videos. I know that it helps in some way just seeing, you know, someone else going through it, maybe just watching it. It'll make you feel better just knowing that you're not alone in this. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I probably am forgetting something. But, alright. Gonna get in the car now. Both kids are definitely in the back, right? Is it just me, or does it feel like sometimes you like forget, like if they're back there? Me and Gino always say, we're like, oh my god, like are they back there, like when they're being quiet? But yeah, I don't know how much more you guys want to see of my craziness right now. I keep repeating myself that this is motherhood for me right now. This is me transitioning from having one kid to then having another one, or having a toddler to then having a newborn, because it is just a huge adjustment. And I know over time it's gonna get better. This is just how it is. And my sister literally said, because she recently went through this transition back in January, and her second son is now like 8-9 months, and she's like, it's so much easier. But yeah, guys, this is my life so far. This is why it's kind of been also hard to film, but I also want to film just to also remember this, and I keep saying just to help someone else out, because motherhood can be a very lonely thing. Oh my god, I thought I left my front door open. I didn't though. I do want to speak about what I've been struggling with the past 4 weeks. Well, technically it's September 30th, and Sebastian turns 1 month old October 4th. So we're basically 1 month in. But I spoke about my breastfeeding and, you know, the guilt that I have inside my own head. I'm probably gonna have to get the car moving. So maybe I'll just update you guys once I get to my sister's house real quick. Okay, so I just got to my sister's. Again, I was trying to update you guys. I talked about the breastfeeding, talked about the severe mom guilt. Let's talk about Sebastian's sleep. I know that's like a big question whenever someone recently has a baby. He's 3.5 weeks old. He's a newborn. He has a natural instinct of waking up every 2.5, more like 2 2.5 hours to feed and eat. So some nights we get him, you know, he still wakes up to 2.5 hours or whatever span it is, and sometimes he'll go right back to sleep, and other times he is just wide awake for hours then. Last night was not too bad, like, you know, he had the stretches and then fell back asleep within like an hour, and then probably like the past 5 or 6 nights before that I would feed him and he just would not go back to sleep. Like his eyes were literally like blasted open, wide awake, just to be expected. He's a newborn. There is no such thing as sleep training a newborn at this point. His days and nights are just going to be mixed up for some time now, and the older he gets, that's just gonna work itself out and fix itself. So I just know deep down inside this is all temporary, as hard as it feels right now, because it feels very, very hard. I did not expect for it to be like this hard, I guess because going from having just one newborn at the time, Mila, it was all I had to focus on, and now I have all these other things that I have to focus on. Postpartum wise, since I'm actually almost 1 month postpartum, I actually stopped bleeding, I think. Today's my first day I'm not wearing a pad, so hopefully I don't get any surprises or anything like that. It doesn't hurt down there anymore unless, like, I guess I sit like the absolute wrong way or like a weird way. My postpartum sweating has almost completely gone away. I still wake up a little bit sweaty, which is normal. I talked about the hair loss that I'm starting to get, which again is normal, all, you know, something to expect once you're postpartum. I think I spoke about in my previous vlog how I had baby blues. Those, I feel like it's definitely, I'd say like 95% gone. Still, I'm gonna have those days where it's just like up and down and something might make me cry. I definitely don't think I have postpartum depression or anything like that. I'm not even like thinking of that at all. I think it's just more hormonal. But why I didn't vlog for a little bit of time, I just needed to, you know, figure myself out. One thing I'm going to mention, which I know is probably normal, and I kind of feel bad for admitting it, but there was a period of time me and Gino were just fighting really, really, really bad. It was causing a lot of stress on me, making my milk supply drop, making me feel overall just horrible. But I think that is something that naturally happens between two people that just had a baby and they spend a lot of time together. They're going to fight. So I'm not gonna sit here and say my marriage is perfect. So yeah, I am trying to think real quick what else to update you guys on. Sorry about Mila. I don't know if I can continue this vlog. It's just, I really just wanted to do a quick update for you guys, how I'm doing, trying to just show you what 3.5 weeks postpartum looks like, show you what newborn life is looking like for me right now. It may be completely different for you, so don't think, if you're pregnant, don't think it's going to be like this for you. I'm naturally just an anxious person as it is. I'm an overthinker, and I don't mind sharing these things because, again, I rely on videos like this, and you know, I feel like it's just nice to hear it and makes you feel less alone. What I do know is it's all temporary. Before I know it, it's going to be over. It's going to be easier. Happened with Mila. Life felt great. Not that life doesn't feel great now. If you're pregnant or you recently just had a baby, just know everything comes in a phase and it does not last, and you'll be okay. But I'm going to end the vlog because I'm about to walk into my sister's, and I'm not gonna vlog when I'm in there. But I will see you in the next video. Hopefully things will be a little bit more improved, but yeah, I'll see you in the next video.